Alright, what up, Ron? Hemingway checking in, and I'm back with another reaction video. And this one's actually more so of a review video, but to gain knowledge, right? So before we get into this, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube page. Go ahead and ring the notification bell. That way you can get all the notifications for all my actual music videos, my reactions and my reviews, my unwritten rules series, and everything that I do in between, man. So I am personally currently in I'm in search for my first firearm. I want to go ahead and get a weapon just to have for my household and for protection, and for the reasons that I see fit to have a firearm. Right now, this is America with everything going on. It's already crazy. I went to a gun range like I don't know. It might have been like April or something like that. And it's a Carolina sporting, Carolina shooting store or something, shooting goods or something like that here. It basically he just said that, man, it was an influx in sales. Like, I mean, I think he said a good day for them was like 10 bands or 8 bands or something like that. He said they did like 20 racks in gun sales, and that was like in store and included and stuff like that. But all of the protests, all of the riots, all of everybody's thoughts, and with the everything political and all that, that's really like kind of setting a fire to everybody's personal opinions and shit like that. Gun sales went the fuck up. And I personally just always wanted a weapon because I do make music and I'm a hip hop artist, and I hate that there's a stigma with that. But with that being said, I also run a studio that is not just a brick and mortar studio, it's a mobile studio. So with that being said, it would just be smart for any business owner, even if you had a food truck or anything like that, just to have protection if you're doing any type of product, have any type of product, services, or transactions going on in your building or on with your mobile equipment that you're using. So that's something that I think is just smart to do. With that being said, looking for my first firearm, I've always heard that just flat out don't buy high points, right? So I made a post on Facebook earlier about high points, or about what money, what pistols to not make waste your money on. Like, what should you just not even spend your money on? Common answer that I got was high point. So I decided, why not go ahead and do a review video, because in an effort to do something other than just reactions to music videos, I want to check out other things and other stuff that I'm into, or that just play a role in my life and whatnot. And buying a gun is definitely that, right? So I got all my permits and everything. I'm just in shop to go look for one, and I'm not gonna be getting a high point just because I don't want one, and because I have heard this for so long. But I do want to see reasons. Like, I want to see both sides. If it jams, if it doesn't jam, and kind of the reasons why, right? So I got 3 videos I'm about to watch. One is a video of a guy shooting a high point and it jamming. The other one is a video of a guy shooting a high point and it doesn't jam at all. And then the third one is a video of a YouTube page called Student of the Gun, who basically debunks the high point haters and people who dislike high points. And this is a guy who, just from the first like 10 seconds I watched, he probably knows a little bit more about guns from a technical standpoint. Probably is like a salesman or some shit like that. So he probably can give you a reason as to why they jam and why people don't like them. That's what I'm here for. We're going to get into this because I done talked for about 4 minutes now. But let's go.
Hey, Jam, you too rough with her.
I don't want to play this too loud. The neighbors think it's some real shots going on.
Okay, Mason.
Alright, so that's a video. It says high point jam up. And that's exactly what that motherfucker did. If I had a reason to need to use that motherfucker, I do not want that to happen to me in real life, real time. So, excuse me if I look like I'm looking off to the corner. I be flipping my phone. Sometimes the camera's this way, sometimes the camera's that way. So I got to remember to look to the eye of the camera. I be out. All right, so the next one is the video of a guy at home, not an expert, or at least not not presenting himself to be. But it looks like he might have, like, you know what I'm saying, cleaned up his gun or, you know, greased it up and everything, made sure it was right before he shot it. But this motherfucker do not jam. Not in this situation.
Want me to zoom in?
Word. 10-4. Got the 45 here. Just don't jam. And he cleared that bitch out. That shit did not jam. Like I said, like he cleaned it, oiled it up, made sure it was good. Before he shot it off, he apparently has experience with guns. He might not be an expert, but he just know if you're gonna have to use that motherfucker, you gonna have to shoot it. If you know you're gonna have to use it that day, that bitch need to be primed and ready. You can't just let that motherfucker sit. That's not that type of pistol. See me, I'm the type of person that, I mean, I'm gonna take it to the range, but it's just gonna be with me for protection purposes and protection purposes only. I'm only gonna have to use that shit when it other than the range, when it's needed, and that's if my life is in danger on the line. Other than that, I'm not just out here just getting into shootouts for no fucking reason. Hopefully nobody is, by the way, because 2020 we don't need none of that shit. But just in case, fucking walk out into broad day into the middle of one. Nigga, I'm strapped. Fuck you talking about? Alright. Now this is the video of my man saying he's gonna be debunking the high point firearms and all that. And this is a video I haven't watched yet, so we're gonna see what it is. Bro, I love this phone, by the way. I just wanna say, I know that we talking about guns. I love this phone because I got so many videos over 10 minutes on this phone. And that shit ain't jam up on me yet. So I mean, phone drop. If you wanted a dope phone with great memory and a great camera, get that OnePlus 5G or some shit like that. Anyways, back to the high points. All right.
Stand by, because I'm about to break your chi. You're like, whoa, what are you going to do to break my chi, brother? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick up this gun right here, and I'm going to hold it in front of the camera. And I know half of you just passed out. You're like, oh, he's holding a high point. Oh, man, I'd rather not have a gun than own a high point. Stop yourself. I've been in gun shops, I've been at gun shows, and I've heard knuckleheads say stuff like that. I'd rather not have a gun than own a high point. You know what? If you say that, you're a moron, and stop saying it. Now, why do I say that? Well, if you follow Student of the Gun Radio, if you listen to our radio show, and shame on you if you don't, you know that about a month or two ago, we did a story about a woman in Detroit. It was actually a family, but it was a woman with a gun in her hand who had to defend her home against 3 scuzzbag home invaders. That's right, they've got videotape on the surveillance cameras of this house of these 3 scuzzbags kicking in the door, breaking into a family's home. And what did they have to defend themselves with? Well, it wasn't this gun right here. It was a high-point carbine, but it was a high-point gun. And you might say, well, maybe she should have just not been armed. She should have taken my professional advice and saved up her money until she could get a good gun. And you know what? If you've got the disposable income, rock on. Get yourself a more expensive gun. But is somebody who lives in an inner city, a bad neighborhood, they're trying to raise their family on a fixed income, do they deserve to be armed too? Or should they just wait until they get more money to get a good gun? Now, these guns are not pretty. Okay, let's face it. This thing has a face that only a mother could love. But does it go bang, bang, bang every single time? Absolutely it does. This is actually the second pistol, the second 9mm pistol we've got from High Point. We've been out to the range. We run them one-handed, single-handed, all that jazz. Boom, 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 all the time. You're like, well, how many rounds can I get out of it? I don't know. It's a $200 gun. How many rounds do you expect to get out of it? I would say if you get 1,000 rounds out of a $200 gun, you're doing pretty darn good. So before you get all up on your high horse and start telling people, well, I'd rather not have a gun than have a high point. You might want to consider that there are some people out there in the world that can only afford $200 for a gun. And do those people deserve to be armed? Or should they just be disarmed because they don't have a Kimber with hydro shocks? Get off your high horse. Sometimes people need an inexpensive gun. And this gun right here might just be the answer.
By the way, that's my price point. About 200 to 300. It's really my price point right now.
Hi guys, this is David with MKS Supply and High Point Firearms. I want to talk to you today about the High Point's Home Security Pack. This is new for 2014. What you'll find with the Home Security Pack is your choice of a CF380, CF9, 40 or 45 caliber pistol. What you get with that pistol is a steel lockable container with 18 gauge wire. You can mount this to the floorboards of your truck, underneath the bedside table. The idea is to give it a quick, easy way to access your firearm rather than the cumbersomeness of a safe under stress. Also, High Point Firearms is the first manufacturer to issue out a firearm with lockable container that can be secured virtually anywhere. If you're looking for the High Point's Home Security Pack, contact your local dealer. And also for more information, please visit highpointfirearms.com.
Alright. And that really didn't debunk shit for me. I mean, he fired a gun. He said a lot of shit in the beginning. He put an ad at the end. So that was really just like a video play for ads and shit. But I mean, I did see that clearly. High Points, they can jam. Sometimes they don't jam. I really don't know what the fuck that story he told at the beginning. Like, I'm glad the lady's okay, but that story ain't had shit to do with shit in the beginning. Anyways, man. So yeah, I'm still probably not gonna get a High Point, but from what I gathered from the 3 videos, if you have a High Point and you're in an area where you feel like you really gonna need to use your, you know what I'm saying, use your pistol soon, your firearm soon, just make sure that motherfucker clean and it's ready, it ain't dusty, like, you know what I'm saying, and take that bitch to the range. Homeboy did say if you can get about 1,000 rounds out of it, you good, but hopefully you ain't out here in no shootouts, but go to the range every now and then, get a couple off, make sure it work, keep that bitch clean. Anyways, if you got any other videos you think that I should react to, any products you think that I should review, comment down below. Other than that, I go by the name of Hemingway. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube page, and I am checking out.